Hello everyone, welcome to October Awareness Month. Today I am speaking about one of the traits that I mentioned that are commonly found in individuals who are successful despite their exceptionality or difference. And I think that they're important to know about, especially for our individuals that have attention deficit hyperactive disorder, autism, learning disabilities, Down syndrome, and mental health issues, because these are the traits that help them get through the hard times and succeed in life. So today we're going to be talking about perseverance, and Merriam-Webster defines it as continued effort to do or achieve something despite difficulties, failures, or oppositions. And when you have an exceptionality that just makes you a little bit different or a lot different than everyone else, it means that things are a little bit more challenging for you, and you need to develop the strength to push through and continue with what you're doing. And this is something that can be difficult, and to do that we need to really develop a growth mindset, and that means that it is understanding that the effort that you put in helps control what comes out, and the more effort that you put in, the better off you'll be. And it's not a fixed mindset where things are set in stone and you can't change them. Growth mindset means that you realize that if you put the effort in, you're going to be able to succeed. Now, this is something that Simon DeRosa and I are going to be going into detail next Tuesday, and we're going to spend a time discussing the difference between a growth mindset and a fixed mindset, and how we can promote them in our students and individuals. So today I'm not going to go into too much detail about that. And what I wanted to say is some of the best individuals to look at and try and model for perseverance are our babies and toddlers. They're the ones that have to persevere to learn those new skills. Think about a baby that's trying to learn how to walk or crawl or run. All the times that they fall down, they brush off their knees and do it again. And they do it again and again until they figure out the skill. Now, there's one saying that my kids use in our home, and that is practice makes perfect, and perfect takes practice. So they realize that if they want to get good at something, they need to put continued effort into it. And yes, it's going to be challenging, but it's something that they can do, and it's not beyond their capabilities. Now, when we're talking about perseverance, we want to make sure that the individuals understand what it means to persevere. So they need to know that even if they're facing challenges, they need to keep on trying and not stop the first time it gets hard. They need to push through. And if they don't, they're never going to learn that new skill. I mean, if you give up when you're trying to learn how to walk, you're never going to be walking. Or if, when you first try riding a bike, you fall off it and say, you know what, that's enough. I'm not gonna try and do it again. It's unlikely that you'll ever learn how to do it. So one way that you can help an individual who's facing that challenge of succeeding, say, you know what, yeah, why don't we take a break for now, and then we'll go back to it and try again to just push through this difficulty so we can succeed. And, you can remind them of instances when they have done this in the past, where they have taken the initiative and said, okay, yes, it's hard, but if I want to get good at this, I need to do it over and over and over again. And when it comes to perseverance, one thing that can be very helpful is working on goal setting and having that end goal that you're trying to reach, but making those objectives or those small steps that you need to get to that final goal. One great way that a lot of people are familiar with is, how do you eat an elephant? Well, if you sit and look at that elephant, it's going to be very overwhelming. But if you do it, just one bite at a time, a little bit more and more, it gets done. And by no means am I advocating that you should be eating elephants. I'm just trying to use that as an example because many people are familiar with the phrase. So we need to help our individuals understand that if they want to learn to persevere, the best thing that they can do is set a goal, like learning how to play the piano. And they can say, okay, well, for 5 minutes each day, I am gonna practice my scales before I do some more harder practice on learning how to play the piano, because practicing the scale is something I'm quite good at. So it's a good warm-up activity, and then I can work on the harder thing. And that's really a good suggestion for anything. So if you're gonna ask someone to do something that's difficult for them, try and find some way that you can do a warm-up of something that they can build their confidence in that they're already good at. So for example, if you are working on a skill like reading, and the passage that they are going to be reading is a little bit, more difficult and at their instructional level. So that means that they're going to be coming across words that they need to put the effort in to sound out. Then it's a good idea, before you start reading that passage, to review some of the words that you know that they know and just refresh their memory. And also take the time to pre-teach them the words they don't know and they aren't aware of, so that they are more likely to succeed when they try to do the full passage. And those are some of the strategies that they can start working on developing. Pre-teaching, or asking for some heads up or advice or information that they can learn about before they're put in that situation. This is why it's important for students to do their assigned readings before they have the lesson that they're going to receive, or the teacher taking time to pre-teach concepts before they go headfirst into the lesson, because it gives the students the background information that they need to know and understand to be successful in that lesson. Now, another important thing is to develop strategies that that individual can use when they're dealing with obstacles and setbacks. Now, this means that they're going to have to change and adjust their approach to doing things. And if we have a set of strategies that they can depend on, then this will mean that they have the resources available to them and they know what to do when they see something that's challenging. One of them could be, take the time to stop and regroup. If you're getting frustrated, have the ability to say, okay, I need a break. I need to take 10 minutes to regroup myself and try it again, right? Or I need to look for someone that can help me with this. I need to look at individuals who are good at this skill and get them to help support me in developing this skill. And, giving them that self-talk and the pep talk strategies that they can use in that situation to keep their confidence up and say, hey, it's okay that this is hard. And I have done lots of things that used to be hard, and now I've gotten better at them. So it's easier for me to do them. The final thing that I want to talk about is recognizing that passion and desire are what is going to help us keep moving forward in the face of adversity. So when you're struggling on something, it's good to have a reason for why you're doing it. It's very hard to be motivated and have the energy, to persevere with something when you don't see the big picture. So make sure you give these individuals the opportunity to see the big picture and have motivation to continue. Now, before we go, I wanted to share a quote by Albert Einstein that I think really encapsulates why it's so important to persevere. And he said that it's not that I'm so smart, it's just that I stay with problems longer. So that means that he was persevering with these problems that everybody thought were too difficult. And he kept on giving himself that little pep talk saying, you know what? I think there's an answer, and if I just try a little bit harder or try it a different way, then maybe I'll succeed. And we know all the big discoveries and information that Albert Einstein was able to give us and move us forward. So it's looking to make sure that these individuals have the strategies and the knowledge that, it does really help if you stick with something and work towards that end goal, because your effort will pay off. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and tomorrow we are going to be looking at developing emotional stability, because that's another important skill for individuals who want to succeed when they face additional exceptionalities. I hope you have a great day.